Do you ever wonder what goes on in the body?
All units south of the stomach, be on the lookout for illegal organisms.
I wonder what this does.
He's coming, man. I saw him.
You see this badge? You're dealing with a white blood cell here.
Attention, germs, you are surrounded.
What is it? I mean, what is it? What do you want?
This is Frank. Yes, he is a mess. Eats whatever he wants, and he doesn't exercise. And you do not want to know what it looks like in there. You do? Well, all right, let's go. This is Frank's stomach. Lots of activity. And his arteries looks like the Santa Monica Freeway at rush hour. Hey there, I'm Brandy, one of the voices in Osmosis Jones, and I'm going to take you on a tour of Frank, inside and out. And we'll go behind the scenes for a look at the making of the movie. Ooh, and speaking of behind, guys, can we get out of the bowels, please? You've got a body, right? Yeah. All these microscopic cells in charge of things, taking care of business and keeping you feeling good. And then one day, you come down with something strange. And bam, a virus. That's what's happening with our buddy, Frank. And that's where Osmosis Jones and his partner come in.
It is like a city in there. It's called the City of Frank. And inside, there are good sections, there are bad sections. Good neighborhoods, bad neighborhoods.
Can you give me one glazed and one with a jelly-filled nucleus?
Uh-huh. Good people, bad people.
You're busted! I'm in the virus protection program.
It's clever the way it goes inside and outside. And I got the virus from these chimps.
Dad, that's filthy.
Honey, 10-second rule. It's the ground, you pick it up within 10 seconds, you can eat it.
I play the white blood cell, solving the crime of the sickness.
It's basically a buddy cop movie that takes place inside the human body. And the buddy cops are a white blood cell and a cold tablet.
So where you from, tough stuff?
I was developed at the University of Chicago, where I graduated Phi Beta capsule.
Great. Got me a college boy.
Where did you study?
When you grow up on the wrong side of the digestive tract, you don't got no money for no fancy school.
Oh.
My high school was crack central.
Oh?
No, it was in the crack.
I play Leah, the sassy assistant to the mayor. Okay, Frank, this is your, conscience speaking.
The mayor is a politician and pompous and know-it-all. People, you worry too much. The body is in perfect shape.
And it's all going on inside of Bill Murray's body.
For this film, and this film only, I have allowed myself to get off of a very, very fine edge that I keep my body tuned to. Frank is raising a young daughter, about a 10-year-old girl by himself. She's really concerned because Frank doesn't take care of himself.
Your body needs fluids now, and lots of them.
There's beer fluid.
Oh, of course it's fluid. What about all that wet stuff in it?
Meanwhile, he's getting a virus and getting awfully sick.
They're discovering that what they're up against is more than the common cold, that it's actually a virus. Played by the evil, evil Lawrence Fishburne.
So, this is where the scum of Frank comes to fester.
Hey, you lost, pal. This is a private sweat gland. Now beat it!
I'm looking for volunteers, yo. Some nasty germs who want in on a big score.
Look who thinks he's the Ebola virus.
Ebola is a case of dandruff compared to me.
He's a great villain because he's one of those guys you love to hate. You know, you really love hating him because he's just evil.
Rosa, take this punk up to the face and bury him in a blackhead. When we're done with you, it'll take a Swedish facialist and 6 steaming washcloths to get you out.
Sounds like a gas, baby. Bring it on.
I am here in the mouth. Seems like the right place to talk to you about the voices of Osmosis Jones. I am very proud to be a part of the great ensemble of voice talent in this movie. But I'm even more proud to inform you that this is not my mouth. Oh boy, somebody needs to floss.
Doing a voice, it's freeing because a lot of times you're not working with another actor and you can try more ideas.
Chris Rock has a persona that is irreverent, strong. It's exactly the Ozzy personality, who's a maverick cop.
There's been a Jones on the force ever since my ancestors came over on the umbilical cord.
He has a brassiness and a presence, and his character it's as wild as he is.
Hey, if you can get us out of this, I will never badmouth the Surgeon General again.
You can say anything. Anything can happen. They'll draw it around you.
Yo, you want to do something useful? Why don't you go plug some turtle wax into that thing and wash my car?
I thought the opportunity to play with Chris would be something I couldn't pass up, so that's why I did it. Our comedy is identical. Many people confuse Chris and me. I can't tell you the number of times I've been up at the Apollo doing my act, and people have said, "Chris, you're just rad." And I have to say, no, it's David. Actually, our styles are very different, and I think that's what makes it fun.
It's a good chemistry because, I mean, he's really tight. David's a real great straight man. David and I could do a live-action movie and it'd probably be funny because he's so in pocket and he's so the opposite of me.
I'd like to examine your irritated areas.
Woo! Never on the first date. Drips.
Drips.
That's what I said.
No, I think you said drips with a P.
Whatever.
You've got this big capsule who to the other cells is like this big death machine. And we wanted to go the other way because maybe the pill's a hypochondriac. And David was just so much fun to work with. And it's funny because one of the producers said to me afterwards, I understand why you picked him now because he's the whitest white man I've ever met.
Inflammation, glandular swelling, my old friends. We meet again. Step away. The tamper-proof seal is there for your protection.
Brandy, woo!
This is my first time ever doing a voiceover, and it's a great experience. Sir, maybe we should put the city on full alert. You know, liquids, bed rest, just to be safe. Peter would grab me and tug me and move me around so my voice could be like, and ouch, get off me, so it could be real.
Let me go! Hey, watch the hands, buddy.
Oh, hold up.
You better put me down.
See, I told you she'd be excited. Now, tidy up, will you?
I just kind of fell into Nixon, and I kept thinking it was kind of pompous. And then I didn't want to do too much Nixon, so somewhere in between.
Mr. Mayor, do you have a plan to deal with the fat cell housing shortage?
I'd like to announce we're beginning construction on a third chin.
Because I had no visual reference, there was no rendering that they were satisfied with. I started in a place that was, very sort of classical, I guess. So the process was really a first for me. It was very unusual.
Enjoy the funeral, boys.
When you make a movie that takes place in here, you spend a lot of time thinking about bodily fluids and functions. And when that movie is from Peter and Bobby Farrelly, creators of Dumb and Dumber and There's Something About Mary, you can be sure that they have an interesting way of taking you in and out of the city of Frank.
As much as people like to see inside the human body, I think they like to see the occasional face. The original animation script is very clever, but I think the boys did a good job of writing things that were very interesting to pop you back out.
Well, I know how you wanted to take a trip this weekend, so...
Usually, you hope that the actor sticks to the script, but when you work with Chris Elliott, Bill Murray, and Molly Shannon, you just cut them loose, because they are all extremely good at improv.
They're just great, like if you're doing a scene and maybe you throw something in, like, for example, there's a scene where I'm supposed to laugh hard, and if you sort of do a bigger version, they're like, oh, let's do that, do it more. So if you throw things in, they're very encouraging to, even make it bigger. That's so funny. Oh my God, I've got the giggles.
When you cut to the outside and you see Bill Murray has his relationship with his daughter, that all has to work.
Leg. Is it here?
Leg.
Here?
Leg.
Oh, here.
The one thing that I think we did try to do is make sure that it worked on an emotional level.
Are you ordering out?
No, I'm making you an appointment to see the doctor.
How do you dream up this world? The city of Frank. How do you create the organs, tissues, and cells that provide the backdrop for this movie? And how did Bill Murray feel having all those people fantasizing about his insides for so long? Ooh, it sure would creep me out.
Animated features are really big undertakings. It really helps to have two people to divide up the workload. What you do in animation when you get a script, you try and find a unique visual language. The trick was to turn the human body into a city.
When we started out, we told our design department, this is going to be like tuning a radio. Go back and forth until you find it. We had a spoof of action genres on one side, and then we had this organic biology movie on the other side.
You want osmosis? You got osmosis.
It was so different from anything I'd ever seen before, so stunning. This was just a different approach. I was just captivated by it.
I wanted to make sure that we kept a graphic approach to it all. At the same time, we wanted to keep it as imaginative as we could, but also descriptive. So in other words, if you have like a wastebasket or a trash can in the city inside the body, you wanted to, first of all, make sure that it feels like body tissue, but also you have to be able to recognize it, but still feel it's not really in the real world.
We had to create so many rules. One of our designers decided there's really no up or down in the body. You could drive up as well as you can drive upside down, and because there's no gravity. We had to work out the logic of our world before we could proceed.
Osmosis Jones, the character, he's a combination of a number of characters. I can't really influence what Chris Rock does, but he's got plenty of things to influence me. Throughout the movie, you'll see that Chris Rock cocks his head a lot when he talks. And you'll see that, and he hits every word in a sentence very hard. So you'll see a lot of that kind of jerky movement when he talks. And
yo, you see this bag? You see this gun? You see this gooey white sac is membranous around my personhood?
David Hyde Pierce will walk in and be very contained. Then he will explode and he'll do all the grip, which makes the nice contrast in the acting.
Pliable cellular dynamics. What an ingenious defense mechanism. Ooh, let me try.
Before we go into production, you have at least some of the sequences read. When I went to the reading, I noticed she does project a lot facially. We're not slavishly copying everything that Brandy does, but they say, 80% of our communication is nonverbal.
I kind of know Lawrence from, when he was Morpheus or things like that, but he added another street edge to it. He had a very silky smooth and kind of talked, and I mean, that's the kind of stuff animators love.
Well, let's just say if they give us a problem, fire.
It was really a collaborative process. Our directors and the art department and a lot of the animators, it was a joke that everybody knew how to embellish. I had a book of, a schematic of the human body, and I said, oh, where should this take place? Oh, the trachea. Oh, the lymph nodes. Oh, this is a perfect scene. I need a new location. How about the kidneys?
Me and my girlfriend are going down to the kidneys to see the stones. Good for you. They could pass any day now.
I'm Brandy, and that is it for the making of Osmosis Jones. I really hope you had a good time. And I know from now on, you're gonna think twice before you put that old 10-second rule into effect. Ooh, you have no idea what I have to go through to get out of here. Looks like that's my ride. Bye.